Greetings everyone, welcome back to another episode of Fallout New Vegas. I am Zerul, I'm your connector for today's train wreck of an episode. So we're back here and, actually I don't even know what the name of this town is here. What is this? Good Springs. We're back here in Good Springs. We're going to go and pick up where we left off and we're going to go talk to Trudy inside the saloon here and we're going to see what we can get ourselves into here for the next half an hour or so. Alright, Trudy is...
I'm done being nice. If you don't hand Ringo over soon, I'm going to get my friends and we're burning this town to the ground. Got it?
We'll keep that in mind. Now, if you're not going to buy something, get out.
That guy was not very nice. Let's go talk to her. Help on a terminal now working. Earn caps, make friends. Ah, this must be from the mod. I'd like to invite everyone to take a look at our recently fixed Help Wanted terminal. It's been out over in storage for months, but thanks to the kindness of a drifter who passed through Good Springs a few days ago, I wish I called her name. It was something peculiar. Iodine? Novocaine? Something like that? The terminal is now back up and running. Whenever folks need help with something, they can come and talk to me, and I'll be glad to add entry in this terminal. A few rules for using the new terminal. 1, no food or drinks in the terminal. We were lucky to get it fixed once. I wouldn't put much of a bet on tech-savvy Wanderer being around the next time it breaks. 2, no perverter Help Wanted entries. One dirty old man made a request for the Help Wanted terminal that was so filthy I nearly washed his mouth and my own ears out with soap. I won't go into any of the details, but suffice to say, if you have any bighorn or livestock, I keep a close eye on them for the next week or two. Okay. Dear Sir or Madam, thank you for taking the time out of your no doubt busy schedule to accommodate a fellow Mojave resident. I require assistance in a somewhat delicate matter and implore any able-bodied individual in possession of competent mental and physical faculties to visit my personal residence for an elaboration on the task at hand. I want to heartily assure that the recipient of this request that nothing is of an illegal nature will be required by the constituent as long as one follows somewhat lenient interpretation of certain bylaws of an overly stuffy nature. Though I regret the inconvenience, a small application procedure will be required of a successful candidate to determine compatibility with the assignment. Your application for employment, as it were, will be accepted if you can capably locate my personal residence, given only the following information. I possess a commanding view of the backside of an enormous man-made artificial construct, and like them is a fearsome reptilian predator. Okay, I think I have an idea what that is from my time of last played this. As an additional morsel to distinguish my residence, I am the only denizen of the area in question that requires an elevator taller than the fearsome beast itself to reach my front door. For the seasoned traveler, this task should be proved trivial. Once you have located my residence, look near my personal elevator for a safe. This is connected to a pneumatic tube system which conveys correspondence and sundries to a similar container at the front of my residence. I have secured the container with a primitive locking mechanism. Compromise security in any way you see fit, though preferably in a way that doesn't damage the container. Placements are for spot trouble these days. Access the contents of the ground level safe for more details in your assignment. Best of luck, and I eagerly anticipate enthusiastic footsteps far below my abode. Post haste. Regards, M. Higginbottom. Okay. Oh, wrong button. Power. Alright, this is from Tales of the Burning Sands mod, which we'll take that up when we get around to that point. That is going to be later on. Let's talk to Trudy.
Well, you've been causing quite a stir. Glad I finally got to meet you. Welcome to the Prospector Saloon.
Welcome. I heard your argument. What's that all about?
Looks like our little town got itself dragged into the middle of something we don't want anything to do with. About a week ago, this traitor, Ringo, comes into town. Survivor of an attack, he says. Bad men after him. Needs a place to hide. We figured he was just in shock, so we gave him a place to lie low. We didn't actually expect anyone to come after him.
Where's Ringo now?
He's holed up at the abandoned gas station up the hill.
I'll just kill Cobb and be done with it then.
You mean murder him? That's not our way. Even if Cobb is scum, he can bluster and threaten all he wants.
What are you gonna do?
Some of the others, like Sonny, will probably stand up for Ringo if he asks for help, which he hasn't. Personally, I hope he sneaks out of town one night and takes the powder gangers with him.
Powder gangers?
Chain gangs, really. The NCR brought them in from California to work on the rail lines.
Okay.
Problem is, it turns out that giving convicts a bunch of dynamite and blasting powder isn't the best idea. It was a big escape not too long ago. Some of them stuck together so they could make trouble. That's what we're dealing with now.
Okay. Well, let's talk about something different.
All right.
What happens if I help Ringo?
If you were able to get Ringo out of this mess, you'd have a decent reputation around Good Springs. I'd even set you up with a discount.
Ooh, discount.
Of course, helping Ringo would also make the powder gangers mad. And they've got a lot of friends out there.
Not much that I care about. So help Ringo and Grishmi like me. What if I help the powder gangers?
Don't know why you'd want to do a thing like that. Yep, you'd get on their good side, but people around here wouldn't appreciate it one bit.
True. Who's that man you're arguing with?
He's a convict, just without the chains. Said his name was Cobb. Powder gangers is what they call themselves. Plenty more like him out there.
I'm trying to track down the people who attacked me. Know anything about them?
Not much, other than they're a bunch of freeloaders who expected a few rounds on the house. I was able to get them to pay up, though. Of course, one of the great cons did knock my radio to the floor, by accident, and it hasn't been working since.
Attackers stay where they were going?
They were having some kind of argument about it, but the guy in the checkered coat kept shushing them. Sounded like they came in from the north through Quarry Junction. If that's the case, I can't say I blame them for not wanting to go back.
Why?
That whole area is overrun with the kind of critters that just get mad if you shoot them. Merchants avoid that whole stretch of I-15 like it's radioactive, which it could be for all I know.
Where are they headed?
I didn't hear exactly, but the leader was talking about the strip. Fella wants to get there and avoid the 15, he'd have to go east. Take Highway 93 up.
Let me take a look at your broken radio?
Sure, the outside looks okay, but I think something broke on the inside. There'd be caps in it for you. I do like to hear what's going on in the world. And that Mr. New Vegas seems like such a gentleman.
Do you know the robot that rescued me?
I know that thing as much as anyone else around here. It mostly keeps to itself, which is just fine by me.
What does he actually do around here?
Other than rolling around once in a while, it doesn't do anything useful as far as I can tell. I don't know why it took an interest in you, but I'd be careful. It's never helped anyone before.
You don't like him?
It acts friendly enough, but I don't trust that whole cheerful cowboy act. I find it all very creepy.
How long has he been in Good Springs?
It was here when I took over the saloon 7 years ago. Some people have said its owner lived here, but no one knows who it was.
Never mind, let's talk about something else.
Fine by me.
You get me good visitors around these parts?
Mostly traders looking to buy bighorn or meat and hides. The traders are the main reason the general store manages to stay in business. Most travelers heading south on the I-15 just push on towards Prim, unless they're in desperate need of supplies.
Anything interesting going around the rest of the wasteland?
There's always something interesting going on, but the biggest news has to be the come and dust up between the NCR and the Legion over the dam.
What about the NCR?
The new California Republic's got the most power in Nevada. Money, troops, you name it. They do what they can to keep things safe in the region, but if you ask me, they're trying to do too much. They're spread too thin.
Why do you think the NCR and the Legion both want the dam?
I'm pretty sure the NCR wants to hold on to the dam because it's one of the few places around that can make electricity. The Legion are a bunch of savages, though. No idea why they'd want the dam. Probably plan on destroying it or something.
What can you tell me about the Legion, then?
Slavers, killers, and all other kinds of trouble. They dress up like Roman soldiers, so there's no mistaking it when you see them. The rumor is that the Legion is far larger than the NCR lets on, and that it's been due to luck that the Legion hasn't overrun the territory.
Alright, what do you have for sale?
Got a special discount for you, after what you've done for us.
Alright, so she has 220 caps. What does JSP stand for? Actually, I don't know, but that's alright. Oh, those are what I have in there. Alright, let's go down the list. See here. Pistol, we don't really care about. Jumpsuit. Canteen. Wonder Glue. Turpentine. I don't like travel rating armor. You can have it. What do you have over here? Anything interesting to buy? Salesman Weekly. And whiskey and vodka and wine. Sunset Sarsaparilla. I'll keep these in mind. I think I'll need some of this later on if I remember correctly. But I can get some of this junk out of my inventory. Let's see here. Anything over here? Road flare, effects, light flare, stealth boy, repair kits, stems, throwing spears. Anything else? Pre-war money, some powder, which we don't care about because it doesn't take up any space. Paint gun. Eggs, 4 legs. Meeting people. Give me one of those. Alright, let's dump these eggs off and this hide off. Food rations don't care about. Don't care about those. Alright, anything else? That looks interesting. Let's grab that. And it's a purified water. I think that should be good enough here. In this case, let's take back like that. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Whoops, exit.
Another satisfied customer.
Yep. Later.
Be careful out there.
Okay, I've leveled up. Let's go ahead and see what we want to increase. Let's see here. I've got 14 skill points. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up to 50. We'll leave injury weapons be for the time being. Repair. Let's do that. 45 on that, since this seems to help on the 5s. And what else should we drop this into? Science, repair. Sure, lockpick. Actually, let's get lockpick up to 25 and repair up to 25. That's good. Okay, so we get ourselves a pick of one of these. Bonsai. Small fruit tree growing from the head. Fruit appears in your inventory. At least those bullets in your body are really criticals. Bright side of life. Okay. Addicted to caffeine. 10% damage against male opponents. Destiny Gambler. That's... I'm gonna have to take that. That looks interesting. Your journey is full of surprises. So you can drink from... you can fill up bottles at toilets. That's not really interesting to me. You can put a point in one of our attributes. Interesting. Let's see here. All of your hits become critical when you fail to convince someone. Rapid reload. Guns 30, agility 5. 3 times as long. 10% total experience points whenever experience are earned. I learned this in the past that I gain enough experience. I probably don't want to do that because I burn through quicker than I should. Let's see here. Can craft biannuals from 6 matching magazines. Grants a permanent +1 to skill. Interesting. That's got to be from an upgrade. Science of 70. Junk rounds. Scrap metal in 10 cans. Heavy armor is just not your thing. On the takedown. Old World Gourmet. The Assassin. Spelled incorrectly. Friend of the Night. Heave ho, hunter, swing for the fence. Camel perk, we can start eating people. Educated, lab rat, persistent matter, prospector. Just checking to see if anything we want to look for. Running gun. Alright, anything else? You woke up with bags of money and caps in the middle of nowhere without your pants. Well, that's not good. So your bloody mess. 5% extra damage from all weapons. Level 6. Oh, these are some even higher down the road. Alright. Let's do rapid reload. I think. Yes. Alright, let's check real quick our stats. Fast shot, 20% more quickly. Action points reduced by 20%. Shots 20% less accurate. Plus 10 action points. 20% reload speed. And so let's change weapons here. Alright, I want to change... let's put that there. The varmint rifle on 3. 4 for that. Sure, why not? 5 for that. Alright, we'll leave it at that. Anything worth stealing? No, I don't want to steal stuff from him there. These people are good to me. Alright.
Evening.
Yeah.
What do you know about Joe Cobb?
Bad trouble.
That's helpful.
Welcome.
Later.
Yep.
What do you need?
Sergeant Arcus. Charisma 4 of 6. Nope. Alright, so we're looking in the sewers for him.
Hello.
Let's go take a look in the general store over here, see if we got anything interesting to buy. Hey,
You
Chad.
must be the one Doc Mitchell was patching up. The way I heard it, I didn't think you'd be walking out of that office. I've got plenty of supplies for sale. Even got some weapon mods and special ammo. Well worth the caps if you ask me. If you're hurting for caps, I've also got boxes of surplus ammo in the miscellaneous section. They're not great, but you get what you pay for.
Right, lots of ammunition for cheap.
Weapon mods are things like silencers, scopes, bigger magazines. Special ammo includes things like armor-piercing bullets, which don't hurt the target as much, but let you punch through armor easier. There's also hollow point bullets, which have the opposite effect. You can kill unarmored targets easier, but they don't do shit against armor.
What makes surplus ammo inferior?
It's all about quantity over quality. Trouble is, you'll be cleaning and fixing your gun a lot more than usual when you use those kind of bullets.
What about the situation of the powder gangers?
If Ringo doesn't head out on his own, I think we should hand him over. Town shouldn't get itself mixed into the problem. Don't mistake that for coward talk, though. We're a town of survivors. We'll fight tooth and nail if pushed, but we don't go looking for trouble.
Anything about the people that attacked me?
The leader was a New Vegas type. Typical city boy. He had a bunch of Great Khans with him, probably hired guns. The Great Khans normally stay in their own territory way up northwest, on account of them being enemies with the NCR.
You ever been to New Vegas?
Twice. Both times I drank a lot of liquor and lost most of my caps at the card tables. In that order, now that I think about it. If you ever get to New Vegas, be sure to visit Gomorrah. It's the best casino in the city. You won't regret it. Word of advice, behave. Between the NCR military police and Mr. House's robots, you don't want to be causing trouble on the Strip.
What do you know about Mr. House?
I'm afraid I don't know much myself. Mr. House has got his own casino, Lucky 38, but nobody goes in or out except his robots. The other casinos follow Mr. House's rules, so I guess that makes him the leader of New Vegas. As far as I know, nobody's ever laid eyes on the guy. I think that robot who pulled you out of the dirt belongs to Mr. House. If Mr. House is looking after you, it's got to be a good thing, right?
Maybe. Anything you tell me about the cons?
They're tough sons of bitches. Mean, but not crazy. They'll leave you alone unless you got something they want. The Great Khans deal in illegal chems. there's a good chance that most chems you come across were made by great Khans.
Alright, what do you got for sale?
Damned it.
We got some rounds and ammunition, a few cards, hollow point rounds, surplus ammunition. All right, I'm gonna get rid of some of this junk, and I'll see you outside. All right, so I've got my purchases done. The big things that I picked up was this night vision scope here. And I also got myself a 357 Magnum, because the way I see it, when you've got ammunition all over the place, having the extra ammunition can really be of help. Alright, there is supposedly a sewer entrance. My map was telling me. Let's pull the map back up. Up the road. This guy's supposed to be in the sewer. I think we'll go out. We'll handle that later. Let's go over here. Let's get a little submachine gun out. And Sunset Sarsaparilla. We got anything in here? Ooh, 3 sarsaparillas. Can't beat that. Paint gun in the truck. Loot everything! Alright, here we go.
That's close enough. Who are you, and what do you want with me?
I'm not an enemy, if that's what you're asking.
Sorry about the gun. You just caught me off guard, that's all. We got off to a bad start. What say we start over with a friendly game of Caravan? You know how to play?
Kind of. You know there's a man named Joe Cobb looking for you?
Yeah. He doesn't look very tough, though. I hear he's afraid I'll shoot him down from one of the windows when I see him. And he's right. I'll have a much bigger problem once his friends show up. There's no way I could handle all of them in a gunfight.
What are you gonna do about the powder gangers?
I'm gonna lay low for as long as I can, assuming the town doesn't throw me to the wolves. I've got no chance against the gang on my own.
Can I help?
We'd just end up sharing the same grave if it's just the two of us. Now, if some of the other people in town were also on board...
I'll ask around, see what I can dig up.
Start with Sunny Smiles. She's been friendlier than most around here.
Okay. I'll talk to Sonny in a second. I want to talk to you, see if there's anything else I can get from you. I guess you're going to sleep. I'll take those. We got a safe over here. Tutorials are annoying. This pub message couldn't be disabled. I'm sorry. Well, apparently that is right. I know how this actually works. There we go. Yeah, let's take everything. Can always use some more stuff. I'm not going to steal that, but I'll steal that. This is a one-of-a-kind whiskey. It's twice as strong as regular and increases your luck for a short period of time. That's got to be from a mod. Open crate. Sarsaparilla. Sarsaparilla. And more sarsaparilla. Even though it says empty, I'll open it anyway. Whiskey. Empty boxes of cleaners. Coffee mugs. Okay, Osaka, sure, Coca-Cola. Let's talk to him again.
So what's going on?
Haven't talked to her yet.
Oh.
Alright, I guess she's not going to do anything until I go talk to her. Okay. Let's go talk to Sunny. And away we go. Ah, interesting. Put the gun away and get the fisticuffs out. Yeah, let's put it away.
Evening.
Sunny!
Hi there. Sticking around Good Springs for a while longer?
I'm gonna help Ringo take on the power gangers. I might need your help.
Say no more. I'm in.
Oh, that was easy.
Joe Cobb talks about leaving us alone if we hand over Ringo. But I know his type. He and his friends will come after the town eventually. However, between you, me, and Ringo, we aren't exactly a force to be reckoned with. A lot of people around here look up to Trudy. If you could convince Trudy to join us, some of the folks in town might decide to help out as well. I know Easy Pete's got a stock of dynamite somewhere, and Chet just got a shipment of leather armor we could borrow. Talk to them as well. Finally, there's a good chance we'll all end up with extra holes in us. So if Doc Mitchell could cough up some extra stim packs, that'd be great.
And any idea how I convinced Trudy to join us?
A silver tongue would help. Convincing Trudy that we had a good plan to win the fight would also help.
Would Chet be willing to actually give us the supplies?
I don't think give is in Chet's vocabulary. Even with the town at stake, he'd still make you barter with him.
How can Easy Pete's dynamite?
Easy Pete's pretty protective of his dynamite. You'd have to convince him you know a thing or two about explosives before you handed it over.
I'm a little short on caps. There's any work around here?
Not in Good Springs, no. But if you're up for a little scavenging, there's always the schoolhouse. Most of what's in there is junk, but there's this old safe that even Easy Pete wasn't able to crack with dynamite. If you want to take a shot at it, take these.
You already broke in. Magazine on locksmiths?
If the lock's too much for you to handle, reading through the magazine might give you the edge you need.
And the bobby pins?
You'll need those to pick the lock. Be careful, though. Put too much pressure on them, and they'll snap.
I already cracked the safe, actually.
Oh. Well, go ahead and keep the stuff I gave you anyway. It'll be more useful to you than me.
Check. I need to go get to Prim. Can you suggest a route once I'm all done with all this?
Sure can. Take the road southeast out of town till it hits the freeway. Prim is the town with the roller coaster straight south. Can't miss it. NCR patrols do a good job of keeping the highway clear, but I'd keep your gun where you can reach it easily. You never know who you'll run into. Off the road, you'll probably start running into hostile wildlife. My advice would be to stick to the highway when you can.
Check. What do you do around here?
I hunt geckos mostly. The meat's pretty good and I can always find a buyer for the hides. I also help keep the town clear of rad scorpions and coyotes. Not many people live in Good Springs, so wildlife is always creeping in.
What about the area around Good Springs?
Sure, what do you want to know?
Any other towns nearby?
Southeast of here is Prim. Can't miss it. Since it has the giant old roller coaster right in the middle of town. The NCR's got an outpost there. If you follow the road north, you'll eventually hit Sloan and Quarry Junction. They mine rocks or something, but I heard they got troubles lately. I wouldn't head that direction if I were you, though. Got critters up there that don't take kindly to getting shot.
Check. I already know about the NCR. What type of creatures are out there?
Around here, mostly coyotes and geckos. The coyotes are pretty dangerous in large packs, but otherwise they're nothing to really worry about. The geckos aren't too tough, but they've got a nasty bite. I've heard about bigger, nastier versions out in the wasteland, but I've never seen them. Stick to the roads when you can, and steer clear of the hills north of Good Springs. The critters up there are big and poisonous. The New California Republic. They can be right pushy, but the roads are safer because of them. Not that I...
What's the NCR keep you safe from?
Well, the wildlife for one thing. Rowdy locals for another. They're protecting their own. Just happens to help us. They've been holding off this other group from the east, too.
What do you know about the other group?
Got a funny name. Call themselves Caesar's Legion. Never seen them in these parts, so I couldn't tell you much. I hear rumors, that's about it. Supposedly they keep slaves and they got some real nasty ways of killing folks.
Yeah.
But maybe that's just something folks in the NCR cooked up to make themselves seem more useful here. Less uninvited.
That's all I want to know. Let's talk about something else.
If you want to know anything else, just ask.
Alright, later.
I'll be waiting.
Alright then, I think this is going to be a good wrapping up point here for this first part. I'll see you in the next episode when we're going to go ahead and take care of all those annoying powder gangers. See you then.